I'm just really excited about tomorrow's slate. It's Veterans Day. Should have done more day games though. But we do start off. There is one at noon. Dillard is taking on Howard. Noon Eastern. But at 4:00 we get easy money, free money. Free money, folks. YouTube.com/the college experience. Hop on over there because my Long Island fucking Sharks are heading to Colorado Springs. And let me tell you, the Sharks are catching 10.5 points. Please, this is insulting to anyone that's ever watched Long Island Shark basketball. The Air Force Falcons, they can't fly around on the court like they can in the fucking air. So the Sharks are going to get it to 10.5. The money line is in play at plus 400. Plus 400. Are you kidding me? Get yourself over there. Get on the Long Island Sharks as they head to Colorado to take on Air Force. I don't even think Air Force wants to be there. Mac, the Sharks are going to swim up the goddamn Rocky Mountains tomorrow. First time ever you're going to see a shark swimming in the goddamn mountains. What are you doing here?
We just made the whole pitch about how it's Veterans Day. Air Force is going to fuck them up. Air Force, lay it. Lock battle. Okay. Give me the Falcons. They're going to drill Long Island.
You don't think revenge is on the mind? They won 82-67 a year ago.
You don't even remember that far back.
Yeah, I disagree. Let's do a little battle. This is going to look really bad. People are going to unsubscribe, I think, because of this.
With the Sharks, you can't swim that high.
I told you the Sharks. It's just mushrooms are legal in Colorado. All right, so you can see sharks all the fucking time. Let's do battle. Vic Dundee riding with the fucking Long Island Sharks. 101 Mac, aim high, miss small with the Air Force Falcons. Bieniek, you in on this action?
I mean, it's an island game, so you got to have a play. And my play is to go over to the sportsgamblingpodcast.com store because we've got t-shirts. Don't fade the troops. And it's Veterans Day. So
that is a great shirt. That is a great shirt to wear. And look,
the only thing on my mind, Gene, was pussy.
You wear that shirt. That's what's going to be happening to you. All right. Get on over there, sportsgamblingpodcast.com. So yeah. I'm going to win a lock battle and I look forward to it. Next up, we got a Battle of Ohio. Al Bundy's alma mater, Youngstown State, heading into Columbus to take on the Buckeyes.
Before we pick the game, Mac, I was hoping for like a little bit more of a pat on the back from Colby because I promoted the show pretty good there, right, Mac?
Yeah, you did. You did. He looked excited to be here, Colby.
And you want to know what makes TCE great is you can go from Colby's Long Island Sharks, bit to Kevin the Singing Car Guy, who's actively looking for Colby about rescue centers. So second chance pet adoptions in Raleigh.
Hang on 1 second. I'm going to write that down right now. But Kevin, are you familiar with them?
I mean, I would trust him. He's been researching it for most of the show.
Well, the reason why I asked though, I called a place tonight.
Okay.
And you'd actually be surprised. They told me no.
Wow.
Jesus.
That's what I'm saying. I called a place tonight, and I'm like, "Yeah, I got this." When first they asked me how old, and I go, "What? How the hell am I supposed to know?"
Yeah,
picked them up at the freeway, right? Yeah. And then they said that if they're not, we don't know if they've got their shots. We don't know if this. So they said they'd make a few phone calls for me, but they told me no essentially, and I was like, okay. glad to see you're doing your job.
Isn't it their job to check in and see if they're registered, and you can find all that stuff.
Yeah. I mean, I called the local shelter here, and that's what the guy told me. Though he said, "You can't."
What are they doing? That's the point.
That's what I'm saying. That no, they had guidelines. They were like, you got to have this. They got to have. How young are they? Because we want to give them out. And I'm like, I don't know. One of them I actually think is a younger dog. The other one, I have no fucking idea. You know what I mean? Once again, folks, youtube.com/the college experience. Actually, this guy right here, that's a younger dog because he likes to bite on my finger some, like nibble, like puppies do. Yeah. So the other guy I think is a bit older, but once again, folks, and let me know, Kevin, if you actually know that place, because that's the one thing. And then they told me to call, what they told me to call, some other place that actually, I had the limitation of days where so when I researched the website, it was like, potentially your dog could end up, not your dog, but that if it's there long enough, it could be killed. So I was like, okay, well, I don't want to do that. So anyway, let me know. And appreciate you doing the work right now. Get over there. Let's save these two dogs. They're hell of a good. They're both a ton of fun. Both a ton of fun. So, yeah, I'll throw some videos together too to promote these lovable sons of guns. Yeah, let's talk about Youngstown State, Ohio State though. The Penguins that's an original name.
Yes. I
give them credit. That logo's fire too. I mean, it's kind of strange in Ohio, but it works. Youngstown's catching 18.5 in Columbus. I think we should lay it. Because I don't. Youngstown's just. I actually think Ohio State is going to be one of the bit better teams in the Big Ten this year. I know Bieniek, cover your ears, Bieniek. But if you listen to our Big Ten preview, I was kind of bullish on Ohio State. I like their roster. Youngstown's in the middle of finding out who the fuck they are. So I'm going to lay the 18.5. Mac, what are you doing here?
In one ear, out the other.
I'm gonna lay with the Buckeyes here. I think they pull away late, win by 20 plus. Youngstown impressive with Faulkner game 1, getting it done by 20 at Chicago State. But quick turn here at the Buckeyes. I think Buckeyes blow it open in the second half.
Let's go. Bieniek, what are you doing here?
Yeah, Ohio State's had a week since that impressive national television performance against Texas. I'll lay it.
Ooh. You hear that, folks? He's an honest man. Stetson, and this is in Charleston. I'm just a fucking idiot when I wrote this. Not Columbia. Stetson's heading to the Citadel. Stetson's laying 1.5. Is it or is it not Veterans Day? Give me the Citadel at home. Lock it up.
This guy faded Air Force and he's going to back Citadel for the exact same reason.
Well, no, one's playing the world champion Long Island Sharks. All right, and the other's taking on this wannabe Indiana Jones down there.
World champion. They can't even conquer travel. Do you feel confident in them getting out to Colorado Springs tomorrow?
100%, buddy. All right, that bus driver, he could. Well, what was it? It was the Columbia game, but wasn't it also a game in Kentucky that he missed or something? He was late. I feel like there was 2 games.
November and December with the Long Island Sharks were a riot to follow.
Didn't the basketball hoop fall down or something too?
So you got locked in the elevator.
Yeah,
Mac, you coming with me on here?
Yeah, I'm locking Citadel. I thought they looked good actually against BC in the opener. Stetson still, they got a lot of turnover here. Citadel wins the game outright. Let's go. Wrong team favorites.
Double lock on them dogs. Bieniek, what are we doing here?
Yeah, I'm gonna take the points with the military academy, but no bet for me.
This guy. Western Michigan. Oh God.
Oh, God, Butler again.
Western Michigan, it's like similar number. 17.5 points.
You got to do it.
Butler has just been a mess for 3 years. I've probably lost. I would love to know the amount of money I've lost on Butler in 3 years. That's the future where we just got to track every single team and carry that over. I'm laying it though. Wake up call. This is Hinkle Fieldhouse. You don't get embarrassed twice in a row. Lay it.
Rob is saying Butler's his biggest play of the day.
I'm locking Butler.
No.
They're
I'll
winning
do
this one by 30.
I'll
Get this
do it.
Western Michigan
You
shit
guys
out of here.
can't do
Let's
this.
do it. Let's do it. Let's do it.
Big
Double
goal.
lock. Let's go.
Colby can't
Yeah.
even do it with a straight face.
Well, no, I've lost so much. Why not? You know what I mean? Why not? And I will say Butler football has treated me kind over the past 2 years.
They're going to win by 20.
This is like the Nova game the other night.
Yep. I agree.
Yeah.
I'm taking the points with the Broncos.
Michigan bullshit.
Spent a summer at Kalamazoo. You loved it. Winthrop is heading to Blacksburg. Take on the Hokies. Virginia Tech's late 8.5. Winthrop, Mortimer. I'm going to lay the 8.5 with the Hokies. They've been playing pretty good, even though they played absolutely nobody. I'm laying it. Mac, what are you doing here?
I was going to say, isn't this number like very, very short? I'm going to lay it with Virginia Tech. I think it's a little bit of a buy low spot here. Hokies at home, get it done. Lay it.
Yeah, I'm going to lay with the Hokies as well. I agree with you here.
Rory saying Citadel Air Force moneyline parlay plus 138.
I like it.
Caleb, yes, we will be in Vegas for March Madness. St. George Kirby says Long Island is Sharknadoing all over Colorado. Great reference to a classic movie series. Rob Donaldson also locking up Winthrop. Interesting. Florida A&M is heading into College Park to take on the Terps. Terps are laying 33.5. Give me Florida A&M to stay in this number. I couldn't be talking to a lock.
Fuck.
I like that title.
I'm not betting this game. Lay this number. Florida A&M is god awful.
I don't feel like Maryland does that though. I don't feel like they do it to these teams that often where they win by 40.
Yeah,
But you make a good point.
By 30 and 34. They're fucking teams.
That's
up
true.
This
This
year.
year though. Yeah. Maybe. Bieniek, what are you doing here?
Yeah, I'm also going to lay it with Maryland. Cocktail Napkin doesn't agree with me, but Florida A&M does not strike me as a team that I'm willing to get behind when there's a train possibly on the tracks. Game 1 against TCU, they lost 105-59. Game 2 against SMU, 102-73. So I am not.
They're improving. They're improving. Buffalo is heading to South Bend, catching 21.5 points. Give me the 21.5. Mac, what are you doing here?
Yeah, Buffalo's 2-0, which means I'll lay it.
2-0, but they haven't looked great.
No, they're horrible. They barely beat
They're really
Fredonia.
bad.
Who the hell is Fredonia State?
Bieniek, what are you doing here?
I am going to lay it with Notre Dame, and this is a fringe bet. Check the picks page because I do like the Fighting Irish team. They took care of Stonehill opening night, or their first game of the year, but Buffalo I think is on the same level as Stonehill. So I'm going to look into that a little bit more before I jump in.
No, let's bet this. I'll bet Notre Dame right now. They're gonna kill Buffalo. Buffalo, the phony 2-0. They're gonna
I think so too.
Followed by 30.
I was hoping to do it quick enough to see how much the computer has moved Buffalo up in power rankings since their beginning of the season. But yeah, I'll tell you. Let's double lock this.
Let's go Irish.
Notre Dame.
They got a double lock on the Notre Dame Fighting Irish saying, I'm your leprechaun, Mac and Bieniek. laying the 21.5. All right, moving along. Coppin State's catching 27.5 in Charlottesville against UVA.
Mac, you are a maniac. Oh, Colby.
I am taking Coppin State plus 27.5.
It's the right side, but there's no rational way.
They cash for me against Wake. Mac, you coming?
No, I'm actually going to lay with Virginia. They got their scare out of the way. I think this is the one they drill them. No bet.
I do think this is too many points for Virginia. I think Colby's on the right side, but there's no way you can bet. There's no way I can physically bet this. So,
Brian Sanders is making a lot of sense over here. The fucking Long Island Shocks and Coppin State parlay. I'm on board. Let's sprinkle a little bit on that. Let's go.
Couldn't even cover 10.5 against Ryder at home.
Riders, they have more continuity than Virginia.
Mac, I will say that the power rating on Buffalo on KenPom has improved by 2 points somehow after their 1 point win against Old Dominion and D2 win. So yes, I am in. I am very in on that. Cocktail Napkin would have Notre Dame minus 24 in that one. So
you ready for a Virginia 60-30 win here, Colby?
It's got to be right around there. I know that. I'll tell you that. The final 2 minutes, every shot is going to matter. St. Peter's is heading to Piscataway. I cashed on Rutgers. I cashed on St. Peter's the other night. I actually believe this in-state battle. I think I'm going to take the Peacocks plus 15.5 there. I just don't know about locking it because the rack is the rack, man. What are you doing here, Mac?
It is the rack, but man, I mean, the Peacocks have been competitive the first 2 games. They went to Lowell, lost by 7. They lost to Seton Hall by 4. I like the Peacocks here.
Lock?
I'm a little intimidated by the rack.
I am too. I thought
it's a little. It's way late.
Yeah, I don't know if Ace Bailey's playing in this one. Honestly, I don't know if it really matters. Rutgers still looked all right with Dylan Harper, and something like that with Harper and Bailey. I'm still, a little spooked about 2 5-star freshmen on the same floor, looking to be like the 2 leading, playmakers and scorers on this team. And Bailey's more of an ISO creator than Harper is. So I don't know how those 2 are going to be on the floor together this season. So I still think Rutgers is probably, better, at least right now. So I'll lay the points, but not confident in this at all.
Colby, you know what? This exact game last year, Rutgers was laying 15.5 and won by 30 at the rack.
Yeah, I was just about to pull the trigger on the Peacocks too. I'll back away. Eastern Washington is catching 19.5 at Mizzou. Lock this shit out of here. Eastern Washington's solid. 19.5.
Somebody in the chat said that this was their favorite play tomorrow. They're locking Missouri.
Battle. Mac, what are you doing here?
I mean, how can you? What makes you confident that you can lay that with Missouri? I will. I'll take the points, but I'm not gonna bet this one.
Yeah, I'm also gonna take the points here with E-Dub, but no bet from me.
Gardner Webb's catching 18.5 against the top team in the nation, the Pitt Panthers. Give me the points. I know Pitt's been drilling these fucking teams. Give me the points though. Gardner Webb looks solid. Mac, tell me why I'm a genius.
No, I mean Gardner Webb's right side, but this fucking foo-foo ass fucking team will like get all these lucky ass bounces. They'll be like tied the entire game, then win by 19 somehow. Gardner Webb. The brawl's on Friday. It's a look ahead.
We should do it. Let's lock this.
So guys, I'm gonna lock Gardner Webb here. They're 2-0 against the spread, and they've covered with ease in both games. Tennessee, and they beat NC Central outright at and in Raleigh, basically. And Pitt were both, I don't know if they're considering you guys biased or anything, but Cocktail Napkin makes this plus 12. And Mac already mentioned the spot with the backyard brawl coming up. Gardner Webb is
I'm betting this game.
Tomorrow.
I'm with you, B.
You guys talked me into it.
Oh, there we go. A triple lock.
All he needs is just a little bit of wind up on the wind up toy, and he'll start marching for you. Fade pit, eat shit pit.
Wait until they freaking are losing with 10 minutes and they'll win by like 17 somehow. It's like
Triple lock. G-Dog. All right. Jacksonville Dolphins heading to Greenville, South Carolina, where Furman's lay at 7.5 points.
Clash of styles.
Good game here.
I'm kind of fascinated by this game. Give me the 7.5 in Jacksonville. Kind of excited to watch this one. Mac, what are you doing here?
I had this one circled. I'm locking up Jacksonville. I think they're live in this game. Furman coming off the big Belmont win, coming back home. A little bit of a letdown spot. I think Jacksonville's not bad. That game got away from them late against Florida. Let's go Dolphins.
Yeah, they were hanging around
I'm curious.
big time against the Gators there. That was closer than I thought it should have been, honestly. I am also taking the points here with Jacksonville. I'm not betting this because I do think with a clash of styles here, you're either going to get a Furman blowout or Jacksonville outright win. That would be kind of how I would look to play this game if I was wanting some action here. Personally, I think Jacksonville is a little bit live in this game. But yeah, a little bit afraid of the clash of styles. Cocktail Napkin makes this plus 5.
Money line Max locking up Jacksonville plus 7.5. Moving along, Grambling is catching 23.5 against Florida. I will take Grambling plus 23.5 because what the hell is happening right now in Florida, right?
He's coaching tomorrow.
I wouldn't say that this caught them off guard. Like they've known about this. So I think the market's actually going to steam Grambling tomorrow. Which if you like Grambling, I would get it now. So I wouldn't push back on Colby if he likes the matchup, but I would assume most of the players have known that an investigation's been going on.
I think the bigger thing is the fans.
The notice of allegation, the rumors had been swirling. The notice of allegations was out there like September 27th or whatever, like a full month and a half before the season. So I don't think this caught anybody off guard.
Mac, what are you doing?
He's still, if it's true, he's still a piece of shit person. A dick pic shouldn't be going to students if you're a person of authority on campus. I'll say that.
Yeah, they should be going to the bartenders on campus.
Don't fuck with the students. Fucking send your dick to fucking somebody else. So what the hell are you thinking, Todd Golden? Lay it. I'll lay it. No bet. Grambling, max effort the other night. Should have beat Ole Miss. I think they run out of legs here.
I'm in the same boat with Mac. I'm going to lay it with the Gators.
Did Grambling beat them last year?
Florida has dropped one or two to SWAC teams recently, but I don't think it was last year. And I thought it was Florida A&M. Let me look.
They lost to Florida. I don't remember that.
I thought it was Grambling.
I was in school when they did it.
I remember them losing to FAU the Final Four year before we knew that FAU.
I know they lost.
They
to
actually
Texas
beat
Southern.
Grambling. That's what it was. They beat Grambling by 39 last year. Actually, yeah, I'm not gonna lock this.
They lost to Texas. So under Mike White, actually, Mac, they lost to Texas Southern by 15 on their home floor.
That's not good.
No.
Southern Indiana, our boys are catching 9.5 in Huntington, West Virginia. I will lock up our boys, the Screaming Eagles. They're going to stay within this number. They'll stay within the number. Marshall might win. 9.5 is a little too steep. Should be like a 6.5 point spread. Mac, what are you doing here?
Yeah, if you do your research on Southern Indiana, they have 2 overtime losses. They should be 2-0. They should have beat DePaul. They should have beat Bucknell. I think they're live here. I'm not a big believer in Marshall. Shocker. Southern Indiana.
I think they're live too. Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah. Double lock. Bieniek, triple lock.
I'm going to take the points, but I'm not going to jump in on this one with you guys, unfortunately.
All right. Next, we have George Mason. The Patriots. Start your football program. Stop being such cowards. They are hosting Stony Brook, the Seawolves.
I know the human being and fish can coexist peacefully.
Stony Brook is catching 14.5. Give me the 14.5.
I'm with you. I'm taking the points. I mean, Mason just played an unbelievable game against Marquette. Took him wire to wire. Don't look at
We
that.
should lock this. We should lock this.
I think that's more or less how Mason's going to play this season. I think they're pretty good. I'm going to lay the points with the Patriots. Chat loves George Mason for what it's worth. A lot of Team TCE listeners and viewers on George Mason here.
We should battle them, Colby.
Yeah, I'm gonna lock up Stony Brook.
Dino Ford, baby.
Oh yeah,
double lock. Double lock on Stony Brook plus 14.5. See you out there, folks. George Mason, do the right thing. Start your football program, you filthy whores. UT Martin is catching 10.5 in Florence, Alabama. It's too many points. Give me UTM plus 10.5. Mac, what are you doing here?
This is fringe lock material. I mean, I love North Alabama. I think that they're an improving program. But Schulman's a good coach at UT Martin. They won at Illinois
bet this
State.
too. Let's bet this too. Yeah, I was on that. Yeah.
Hopefully North Alabama wins by top.
Double lock there. Love the Skyhawks. Don't forget.
I want this pilot. It's a matter of national security.
Bieniek, what are you doing here?
I'm going to take the points as well. I'm going to stay away from this one too, just because I probably have to see it 1 or 2 more times. It's a brand new group. Like, this is not, Schulman did not bring some of his guys with him. This is like entirely new 9 or 10 guys from the transfer portal type team. Whereas North Alabama does have some continuity and some experience on the squad. So, and they're at home. So I'm actually going to take the points of the Skyhawks. No bet.
They're at home, but no one's going to be at the game.
Anyway, it's familiar sight lines.
True.
You know?
True. McNeese is heading to Tuscaloosa. Got a strong ass offer for you, Alabama. Put McNeese on the schedule. Oh, they did. Bama's laying 20.5. Give me McNeese plus 20.5. I got a strong ass offer for you, Mac.
Let's go.
This is it right here. What the hell? Sprinkle some on the money line. Let's go. Mac,
is that Will Wade in the logo too?
Yeah, Bama's got some holes in that defense now. McNeese is going to hang in there. They already got their game out of the way. Now they got a chip on their shoulder. Dog, they're in this game. What's the money line? Just out of curiosity.
It is.
I don't know if that's a.
I'm seeing plus 1,800.
Sprinkle
that money line. Let's go.
Get Alabama shit out of here. Cowboys, baby.
Bieniek, what are you doing here?
Yeah, McNeese coming off the game against Biblical Studies. So they should be ready to go. Shout out to Alabama for putting this game on the schedule. I don't know if Colby already said that or not, but they should be applauded for just, bringing on the challenge. One of the hyped mid-majors in the preseason. So even if they somehow lose this game, that's just more respect for the Crimson Tide and Nate Oates, in my opinion. I am going to lay the points with Alabama. I don't think McNeese has the shooting to stay in this game if Alabama's hitting at full strength. So we'll see what kind of personnel Alabama's playing with this game. I know they've been dealing with 3 injuries and they've kept them they've watched their minutes, but I'm going to lay it with the Crimson Tide, actually.
Alabama's upcoming schedule: Purdue, Illinois, Houston, Rutgers, Notre Dame, North Carolina, Creighton.
I mean, it's the schedule's awesome.
This line would be 15 or 16 if McNeese had not lost to South Dakota State. Let's go, Cowboys.
The cocktail napkin has this one at 20.
You wipe your ass with that napkin.
Yeah. Speaking of wiping your ass, Alcorn State lost to Xavier, Louisiana last time they stepped on the hardwood. They're catching 16.5 against Ron Hunter and Tulane. Why do I want to lock Tulane here, but it just reeks a little bit to me?
You can't do it. I will not be betting this game. I will not freaking go through this. Give me the points. Come on, Alcorn. Have a little pride.
Shouldn't this line be like 22?
Yeah, it's low.
Yeah.
No fucking bet. No, thank you.
I'll take Tulane. But I'm not. It's weird to me. Bieniek, what are you doing here?
So Tulane lost a lot. They lost all 5 of their starters from last year's team, but honestly, that team wasn't too great, and they battled a lot of injuries. The entire backcourt's pretty new, and they're all, transferring in. And man, I wanna take Alcorn. I'm actually the opposite of you guys. Cocktail napkin actually wants me to take Alcorn.
Mac took Alcorn.
Took Alcorn.
Glad to see your list
has Alcorn plus 10, but they've also been blown out in both their games, like Colby mentioned early. So I can't get behind the Braves right now. So.
Let me do a Patty C. Tuck job here and try to make sense of this. They beat you. So Tulane just beat ULM by 16. I think ULM is better than Alcorn State. Alcorn State is 0-3 with losses by 41, by 55, and then those are 2, Utah and Utah State, and then a D2, I'm assuming, in Xavier, Louisiana. Why the hell would this line be so short? It doesn't make any sense. So I'll take Tulane, but no bet. Chattanooga is heading to Austin Peay to take on the Governors. Clarksville. This is a fun little in-state battle. Chattanooga's laying 2.5. I'm going to lock up Chattanooga minus 2.5 in Clarksville. Austin Peay just got a huge win. Feeling great about themselves. Mac, what are you doing here?
I love Chattanooga here. And you look at it from a situational spot. Austin Peay, great win. On the other side, Chattanooga went out west and they took it on the chin a little bit against USC and St. Mary's. They're better than that 0-2 record. They're desperate to not go to 0-3. They're going to win going away. Chattanooga, let's go. The Mocs.
I'm willing to lay it with Chattanooga. No. I'm willing to lay it with Chattanooga because of I think they're probably going to have the 2 best players on the floor in this game, but they are still missing their 2 starting forwards. So I have not heard good news on that front. They got 1 of the 3 back, but 2 of them and 2 of the more important pieces to that front court are still not 100% healthy. So
double lock for Moneyline Mac and Nick Dundee on the Chattanooga Mocs.
Hold on, Colby. So Xavier, Louisiana, you're going to need to hear this school nickname, okay? So they play in the NAIA, which is the same association that I played in. They're in the Red River Athletic Conference. I know Colby's going to love that. The school nickname, the Gold Rush and Gold Nuggets.
Wait, you can have 2 nicknames?
Gold Rush and Gold Nuggets.
As much as I like the Gold Nuggets angle, I don't like 2 nicknames. What the fuck's going on here?
The school nickname is Gold Rush and Gold Nuggets. Gold Rush and Nuggets on 3. 1, 2, 3. Gold Rush and Gold Nuggets.
Yeah, that's crazy. I did. Now that I think about it, when I was in New Orleans, I saw the university there. I actually went right past it, but Chattanooga's the play here. I'm very curious about this next one though, folks. UMKC comes hopping around into Ames, Iowa, with a catch of 27.5 points. Shout out to UMKC for having the Kangaroos. They should start their football program as well with that. They have a big enrollment. A lot of Kangaroos in Missouri. I appreciate that. And the Kangaroos, have you guys, they're 2-0. They stuck it to
their strength of schedule.
They stuck it to Kansas Christian by almost 100 points. I shit you not. I shit you not. They won by 88 points against Kansas Christian. They also took down Hannibal by 23 points. They're just a team of destiny. Their next two games are at Iowa State and at Creighton.
Hello.
I'm locking up Iowa State minus 27.5. Let's go. You win by 88 points. You relax a little bit. I don't care who you got next. I can speak from someone that lost a rec league game by 96 points. Mac, what are you doing here?
Yeah, the Cyclones had a rare non-cover in the big number against Mississippi Valley. They're going to win by 30 plus. I'll join you. Lock it up. Cyclones well rested here.
Double lock. Bieniek. You want to hop over to UMKC or go with these Cyclones?
Yeah, even though Iowa State didn't cover, they still blow the doors off of these teams typically. I'll run through the slate that they played last season. And again, last year's team, minus the front court, all returns. They returned 4 guards that played 25 or more minutes from last year. Green Bay, they win by 41. Lindenwood, they won 102-47. Idaho State, they beat 86-55. Grambling, 92-37. They also beat DePaul by 19. Iowa by 35 or by 25. Prairie View by 51, Florida A&M 96-58, Eastern Illinois 80-48. It's just like tradition. Iowa State kicks the shit out of these low majors and mid majors that come into Ames. So lock this thing up. This is not enough points. This should be in the 30s, and it will close. It will close in the 30s tomorrow.
I agree.
Yeah, get it in.
And
right
UMKC.
now,
UMKC was my Summit League preseason champ too.
We got a triple lock on Iowa State minus 27.5. Lamar is heading into Texas A&M. Shout out to Lamar because they beat Paul Quinn University.
Why did they beat that guy?
Let me see if I can quickly do math here. That would be 63 plus 8, 71 points. They stuck it to Paul Quinn. When you win by that many points, I will lock up Texas A&M as well. Minus 23.5. Let's go with both of these ones. Mac,
are you a little concerned? Doesn't this number feel low? Like I'm surprised it's like 28.
Not when
20.
you beat Paul Quinn like that.
I'm on Texas A&M with Colby as well. Cocktail napkin. We were all high on Texas A&M coming into the year. They go into UCF, which is a pretty lit environment. They lose a close game. They couldn't make a shot in the final 3 minutes of it. And Lamar was a team that we labeled as a fade during that Southland Conference preview. Cocktail Napkins got this thing at 30.5. So I'm also going to lock up the Aggies with Colby here.
You coming, Mac?
You guys talked me into it. They got the senior vets. So they're going to drill Lamar.
Welcome to the party, pal.
Triple lock. Texas A&M minus the points.
And Hasty's correct here because Lamar had been good the previous 2 years, I believe. Ken Pom and other predictive metrics, they bake in prior year statistics. And this team's just not quite as good as previous seasons for Lamar.
UNC Greensboro's heading into Dallas, Texas. They got that George Bush blood money down there, and SMU, the Mustangs, they've been rolling 2-0. Greensboro is 1-0. The game I was at where they stuck it to Florida Gulf Coast. SMU's laying 13.5 points. Give me Greensboro to stay within this number.
I'm with you. I don't want to lock it though.
I don't want to lock it either.
Because SMU tends to like pull away at the end of games. I think they SMU by 10.
Bieniek?
Yeah, I'm very interested to see where this game goes because UNCG, their defense in the program usually is pretty good for the Spartans, and SMU wants to run. They have played at the fastest tempo in the country so far this season, and it should make for an interesting battle. I'm going to lay the points with SMU here.
Yale is heading into West Lafayette, catching 16.5 against Purdue. Give me the 16.5. Mac, what are you doing here?
I will take Yale. I think there's too many points. This is fringe lock for me as well. Purdue banged up coming into this game. The big fella going down. Yale's off that loss to UIC as well. So I think you'll get a good effort from the Yale Bulldogs. I think they keep it within the number. This is a Zach Edey line, in my opinion.
They played in the tournament, what, 2 years ago? Was it?
3 years ago.
3 years
2 years ago
okay.
was FDU.
Yeah. Lock, did you say, Mac?
Yeah, I'm locking Yale.
Moneyline Mac locking up the Bulldogs of Yale. Bieniek, what are you doing here?
I mean, yeah, that's a good point too. I don't think Purdue can afford to play with their food in this matchup. They gotta figure out some rotations before this stretch of games that they're gonna have coming up here. It's Alabama, Marquette. Marquette had a great 2-game series with them last season in the tournament and in Maui. They've got to figure out what they're going to do up front under the rim, whether they're going to play small or whether they're going to, put some empty calories up there. I think Purdue, they need to, pull away in this one. So I think it's a close battle early, and then you kind of see what happened with Corpus Christi. They challenged them, they put Purdue on alert, and then the Boilermakers kind of pulled away in the last 5 minutes.
Northwestern State's gets a 25.5 at Oklahoma. Give me Northwestern State plus 25.5. Lock it up. Kept it within 21 against Texas Tech. I don't even think they're that excited about this game. I'm not sure what the crowd will be like, but I think they stay within the number. Mac, what are you doing here?
I agree with you. Oklahoma coming off the 30-point win against Lindenwood. They've padded their schedule with a nice little cakewalk here. Let's go. Northwestern State, the Demons, keep with them.
Let's make this a triple lock too. Cockton Atkins got this at 21.5, and like Colby said, they looked impressive against Texas Tech. Relatively impressive compared to expectation.
Let's go, Ricky.
Oh, I like this. I didn't think you guys. I was wondering if you guys were going to come with me on this. Let's go. Triple lock on Northwestern State, the Demons. Moving along. Central Michigan, fire up chips, heading into Milwaukee. Marquette's laying 27.5. Give me the points. Mac, what are you doing here?
Yeah, I'll take the points. No bet here. Marquette hasn't looked at 27.5 is a lot.
Yeah.
I am going to lay it here. I think George Mason's a good team, and I thought Marquette was one of the few Big East teams that actually took care of business opening night against Stony Brook, where they blew them out by 40. So I'm actually going to push back on Mac there a little bit. I'll lay it with the Golden Eagles.
Yeah, Mason should have won the damn game.
They should have.
They were leading for 20-plus minutes.
Mercer is heading to Chicago to take on DePaul. Mercer's catching 7.5.
That logo. Both of them, honestly. What's going on here?
I mean, the Mercer one's fantastic. It's like a grandpa bear. It looks like it's keeling over. No sign of strength or anything. Mercer, you saw what they did to Virginia Lynchburg, the Dragons there, right?
Yeah.
69-point win.
Dude, we should lock Mercer.
I think we should too.
Mercer's going to win. Mercer money line. Ryan Ritter, good coach. Let's go. DePaul just had the first 40-point win in 30 years. They ain't going to be ready to play tomorrow.
Bieniek, you in?
What has I'm going to pull a Patty C here. What has Mercer done so far this season? They blew out Virginia Lynchburg.
By 69 points.
I haven't seen this team play.
It's a JUCO team.
I know they're a bunch of JUCO. They're not JUCO. They're a lot of them are from Sun Belt. Yeah, transfers from the Sun Belt, and then the starting point guards from New Hampshire from last season. It's a brand new roster. They bring in 9 new players. So I'm not gonna bet this year. I need to see how they play.
Wow, backing off and the RuPaul Blue Balls there. Mercer, double lock plus 7.5. Might even be able to find an 8 out there. I'm seeing right now.
I wish you guys luck. I am pulling for Mercer in this game.
You suck.
North Dakota State's heading to Bakersfield to play on that hideous bullshit. Looks like a playpen area or some shit. I don't know. It looks like you remember one of those. You ever been to one of those places? I don't even know if they. I'm just assuming they exist. Where it's a bunch of kids can jump on mats and shit, and there's the dodgeball and stuff. You know what I mean? It's like these big ass blue mats. It's like I don't know what to say. It's like a kid's fucking
airtime exists.
That's what this court is, though. It's just bullshit.
What was the old sport that was recently brought back and they played a bunch of games in Las Vegas on the trampolines, basketball? What'd they call that?
Oh man, I know what you're talking about.
Is that the type of court?
Is it slam ball? That's slam ball, right?
Slam ball, yeah. Is that the type of colored court that they're playing on here? I never watched slam ball.
You've never watched Bakersfield?
You never watched slam ball?
No, never watched slam ball.
I'm on Bakersfield though. I think they're gonna get it done against North Dakota State on that wacky ass court. Mac, what are you doing here?
No, I got the Bison, man. They just lost a tough one at home to Illinois State. Now they're gonna go down to that fucked up blue court and win. I'll lock this, man. Bison.
A lock on the blue court is a wild play.
I'll keep blue shit out of here.
Bieniek, what are you doing in Bakersfield?
I don't know what he's doing fading the Big West. Haven't we learned the lesson here? The Big West looks pretty damn good in the early part of the season, and
Summit's not been bad.
What'd you say?
Said Summit's not been bad. South Dakota State.
Yeah, I mean Bakersfield only lost by 13 against Cal. So I'll take the home team here, lay the 1.5.
Idaho is heading to Pullman, Washington, catching 15.5. Let me tell you, someone that's been to Pullman, when I went and hung out with Mike Leach, I spent several nights in Pullman, several nights in Moscow. They're like 5 minutes apart from one another. This is a great little brother angle. Idaho plus the 15.5 is going to sprinkle a little bit on the money line. Sprinkle just a little bit on the money line here. I know Wazoo looked good against Bradley, but I just feel like it's a good spot. They're going to Iowa the next game. Wazoo is, so they got the Big Ten big opponent there coming up. Watch out for these pesky little Vandals here. What are you doing here, Mac?
I'll take the Vandals, but no bet for me. They should have beat UC Davis the other night.
So, Mac, I'm going to take you to one of those buddies angles because these two are buddies. They grew up together on the EW coaching staff. So is 15.5 close enough that where Washington State could call off the Dogs here?
That's a good point. I mean, yeah, they.
Sprinkle the money line too. Sprinkle the money line.
All right, I'll join you.
I don't know. I think Washington State's fun. I think they're a good team. But,
a lot though. They just played out of their mind against Bradley. This is a letdown. Vandals, let's go.
I don't know if it's a letdown. Like, were they really getting up like tremendously for Bradley? Like, it's still a
they were a dog. They were a dog at home.
I know. I'm and the cocktail napkin, for what it's worth, has Idaho at 11. But I liked what I saw. I was really impressed by Washington State. So I'm going to lay it. But I do acknowledge that the coaching angle here is.
This guy makes that point and then lays it.
Yeah. I was asking, I don't think 15.5 is enough for that angle. Like, you could be up 25 and you call off the dogs and you win by 21.
It's game 3 of David Riley too. Let's go, Vandals. I like the money line.
Isn't it game? Yeah. Isn't it game 3 of Fribble too?
Oh, you got to lay 15.5 in your third game.
Life Pacific is taking on San Jose State tomorrow night. We don't have a line on that, just like we don't have a line on Southern Oregon and Idaho State. But
sorry,
they're out there to watch,
around.
folks.
It's not his third game.
Final game on the slate. These Boston Terriers catching 23.5 at UCLA. So on the Big Ten
we don't
network.
Have shouldn't we have 2 games left here?
What am I missing? What did I fuck up?
Pacific Hawaii.
Oh, you know what?
Hawaii plays again tomorrow.
You know, it's my fault because I think that game starts at midnight. So that's why I forgot. We'll just, I didn't build a slide because it starts the next day. Okay. Well, let's do this. UCLA's laying 23.5 in Westwood against Boston.
Crazy line. Give me
I'm going to lay it. Mac?
I was torn. I think I'm going to take the points, but I'm not betting this one.
Bieniek, you're taking the points, correct?
Yeah, I'm taking the points. I don't feel confident laying that many points with this UCLA team right now under Mick Cronin. Like, the last 2 years, they haven't really blown out teams like this in the non-con. I'm looking, but the only one was St. Francis on opening night last year when they won by 31. But I'm not comfortable enough laying the points here. I'm going to take the points with BU.
All right, and the final game on the slate, Pacific heading all the way across the Pacific to Hawaii.
So hard.
It's a hard ticket to Hawaii. It's not paradise all the time. It's a hard ticket to Hawaii.
Hawaii's laying 4.5.
It's the same line. It's tonight.
Tonight was 5.5, but yeah.
That's crazy. I don't view Pacific and San Jose State kind of on the same level here. I think Pacific's actually better than San Jose State. They won by 13 the other night on Friday.
I'm going to lock up Hawaii minus 4.5. Mac?
We'll have a battle tomorrow night on the show. Give me Pacific. They're winning
Standalone.
outright.
We have to. Standalone.
I think Dave Smart and Pacific goes in here and they go 3-0 in this little shindig.
We got a little battle. Standalone game.
Double lock against the single
Hello?
lock.
You play to win the game. You don't play to just play it.
And for what it's worth, I think Pacific wins the game.
Mac. Noah. On them Tigers. Dundee. The Rainbow Warriors. Let's go, folks. That is our show. Favorite plays of the night? I would say let's go with the fucking Long Island Sharks as one of them.
You're going to do that on Veterans Day?
You're damn right I am, because I'm a veteran of betting this fucking Shock team and dominating, getting cash left and right. The second one will be McNeese State plus 20.5 points that I'm seeing right now. Forget what we called it out on the show. And the third and final one. By the way, I see a Mercer 8.5 out there right now. I will lay the 27.5 with Iowa State. Mac, fire.
You're gonna hate me. Butler is one of my favorite ones tomorrow night. This is the one they put it together like Villanova off the actual by game loss. Chattanooga is probably up there as well. And then my third, I would probably say I had one circled. Jacksonville at Furman. I think Jacksonville's live to win that game.
Bieniek?
My favorite play tomorrow is Texas A&M minus 30.5 against Lamar. I think that's a beautiful spot of a team that we are looking to buy and a team that we're looking to fade on the cocktail napkin. Actually, was it 30.5? It was 23.5. 30.5 was my number. So I wrote down the wrong number here on my notebook. 23.5 Texas A&M.
I do love that play.
Second favorite here was Iowa State minus 27.5. That was a triple lock of ours. And like I said, they just typically, it's tradition under Otzelberger. They blow the fuck out of these teams. And then Gardner-Webb, 2-0 against the spread, plus 18.5. I think it's too many points. They cover that easy.
There we go, folks. Give Noah Bieniek a follow on Twitter at NoahB77_. Moneyline Max on Twitter at Moneyline_Mac. I'm on Twitter at the Colby D. Make sure you check out all of our other stuff. The Ryan and Rush Show, the Big 12 college experience, the college football experience, the FCS college football experience, the college baseball experience, and don't forget the sports gambling podcast.
Pre-game shows are back too, by the way, guys. 6 p.m. Eastern every day, Monday through Friday.
That's what I'm talking about.
They were like a hobo on a ham sandwich. They were going hard.
That's what they're doing with that pregame show. So make sure you check it out. All right, folks. Once again, for the dog information, anyone out there in the North Carolina area, let me know, because I'm trying to figure this out. When I call a shelter and they tell me the answer I heard earlier, I said, "The fuck is that?" So please, if you can, let me know information. Let's find these great pups a home. Till next time, this is the college basketball experience. You better start thinking about yours, and we out of here.
Yeah, it's got me thinking about the good shit the minute that I seen you grill again. It made me good trip, good dog the mind back like dog but wind that. Man, I didn't get mad when you near me hit the can back, but the comings on was strong. Now my shit's coming along, you know the song. The truth is I'm pretty much on 5 again. It's heating up for real, I'm alive again. And that's the attraction factor. Vancouver, Michigan with my rap disaster. Yeah, you know you want it how you want it. No need to trip cause I got it, doggone it. It's all yours and the extras too. All the super music and the sex for who? Just get it straight cause he caught me in a good mood. Let me demonstrate what this time of year could do. Sing it.